I am Natasha, Busst, and this is Nightline, the top stories. PM vows to continue fight against corruption and cartels. And Israel moves prisoners ahead of Gaza deal exchange. Israel has begun transferring prisoners to 2 jails ahead of their release as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal designed to lead to the release of hostages held by Hamas. The prison service said on Saturday that thousands of staff, including prison officers, operated throughout the night in order to implement the government's decision. Under the first phase of the truce deal, Israel is supposed to release 250 prisoners. In exchange, Hamas has until Monday to hand over its 48 remaining Israeli hostages, living and dead. Meanwhile, Hamas official on Saturday stressed that disarmament as part of U.S. President Donald Trump's Gaza plan is out of the question. Trump has indicated the issue of Hamas surrendering its weapons would be addressed in the second phase of the peace plan. Earlier, the head of the U.S. Central Command, Admiral Brad Cooper, insisted that no U.S. troops will be deployed in Gaza. His comment came as about 200 U.S. troops have arrived in Israel on Saturday to help retrieve hostages and monitor the ceasefire. Meanwhile, as tens of thousands of weary Palestinians returned to their devastated homes in Gaza City, many spoke of their hope that this marks the end of their long suffering and the beginning of peace.
الساعة 5 العصر للساعة 8 الصبح واحنا بنبحر بخرم حيطة لما نبين النور علينا طلعنا زي الفيران لما نجينا قبل شوية عرفنا نطلعوا والحمد لله رب العالمين ونسأل الله عز وجل أنها تكون هذه آخر الآلام وآخر الجراح.
إلى المجهول لا ندري إلى أين نتوجه، حتى الخيام لا نجد مكانا لنصبها إن وجدت. مش عارف والله ما عارف إيش أقول. الصورة أبلغ من كل الكلام. دمار في دمار في دمار.
Despite the ceasefire agreement in Gaza, the Israeli army on Saturday launched airstrikes on 6 heavy machinery yards along the Al-Masaili road in southern Lebanon. 1 Syrian national was killed, while another Syrian and 6 Lebanese citizens, including 2 women, were injured. Authorities said more than 300 vehicles, including bulldozers and excavators, were destroyed, causing losses worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The attack also damaged nearby buildings, tents and parked cars, leaving the area engulfed in flames and forcing the closure of Al-Masaili Road. The Zionist regime, however, claimed it had struck Hezbollah infrastructure and engineering equipment used to rebuild its positions in the area. Following the attacks, Lebanese President Joseph Aoun denounced the attack, calling it a blatant act of aggression. Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim has vowed to continue efforts to combat corruption, misappropriation and cartel activities, which have already begun to yield positive results for the nation. The Prime Minister noted that in just 2 years, more than 15 billion ringgit has been recovered and redirected for the benefit of the people. Earlier on Saturday, the Prime Minister attended the Temu Anwar program with students of University Technology Petronas UTP in Trono. In his speech, he highlighted the Madani government's firm commitment to tackling the leakage of national revenue caused by corruption, misappropriation and cartel activities, regardless of who is involved. He also reaffirmed that his administration will not compromise on such acts and expressed his determination to rectify the damage within the next few years.
Saya tegas, saya kata semua badan-badan agensi penguasaan, no compromise, no to corruption, no to smuggling, no to this syndicate and cartels. Break them because they're stealing from the people. And I, now that with the mandate as Prime Minister with my colleagues, want to make sure that this country do much better.
When tabling the 2026 budget on Friday, Anwar announced that the government had successfully recovered 15.5 billion ringgit in 2024 and 2025 through asset seizures and penalties imposed by enforcement authorities. He also expressed hope that the younger generation would support these firm actions as they are crucial for their future well-being. Meanwhile, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki reaffirmed the agency's commitment to ensure stolen or misappropriated funds are promptly returned to the nation.
Dengan kerjasama semua pihak yang di bawah dipanggil multi-agency task force, terutamanya yang telah dikoordinasikan hasil daripada mandat yang amat berhormat Perdana Menteri, maka pada tahun-tahun akan datang, kita perlu mencari jalan ataupun approach ataupun kaedah yang lebih jelas, yang lebih berkesan untuk mengembalikan wang-wang berkenaan.
He expressed confidence that the recovery of stolen funds will continue to improve through effective strategies and better coordination among agencies. Azam also said that over the past 2 years, the MACC has successfully recovered about 8 billion ringgit in public funds through enforcement actions carried out jointly with other agencies. At a separate event, the Prime Minister stated that Malaysia remains a leading destination for higher education in the ASEAN region. He highlighted that over 170,000 international students are currently studying at local universities, reflecting the global recognition of the quality of these institutions. Speaking at a Madani SPM seminar at SMJK Yuk Choi in Ipoh, Anwar pointed out that the enrollment of international students also brings economic benefits to the country.
Jadi janganlah pula halang orang luar nak masuk, kena dia bayar. Dan kita perlu, terutama universiti-universiti swasta, dia perlu penyataan pelajar dari luar negara. Tapi untuk kita, yang 1,500 tempat tu, bukan untuk pelajar luar negara. 1,500 tempat baru ini, semuanya diperuntukkan kepada pelajar-pelajar cemerlang sama ada matrikulasi ataupun STPM dalam negara.
He stressed that the education sector continues to receive the highest allocation in Budget 2026. This move reflects the government's commitment to ensuring that education remains a key national investment, not only for the future of students, but also for the progress of Malaysia. The Education Ministry, MOE, has pledged firm action and full cooperation with police over the gang rape case involving a Form 3 student at a school in Alor Gajah, Malacca. It stressed there will be no compromise and firm action will be taken against those involved. In a statement on Saturday, the MOE said the case is currently under police investigation, with all suspects remanded to assist in the probe. In an audio recording shared on her social media account, Education Minister Fadlina Siddiq said the 15-year-old victim is currently receiving treatment at the hospital and has been provided with psychosocial support.
Dari aspek keselamatan sekolah, Dr. Azam sudah pun mengarahkan Pendidikan Negeri Melaka untuk mengambil tindakan segera, memastikan semua sokongan di kalangan pelajar dan juga keselamatan dipertingkatkan.
The ministry has also requested the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, to block the circulation of the explicit video linked to the case. She also urged the public to stop sharing the recording to protect the dignity of the underage victim. Earlier, Malacca Police Chief Datuk Zulki Hari Mukhtar said the 4 suspects, all of whom are Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia examination candidates, have been remanded until October 16th. The case, which allegedly took place on October 2nd, is being investigated under the Penal Code for gang rape. The developer of the Kampung Sungai Baru redevelopment project in Kuala Lumpur has been urged to immediately commence construction to prevent any further delays. Titiwangsa Member of Parliament Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani said the move is crucial so that residents no longer have to wait for the homes promised to them, as the project has been delayed for over 8 years. Johari, who is also the Plantation and Commodities Minister, stressed that the developer must take full responsibility as the prolonged delay has caused deep frustration among affected residents.
Jadi kalau 8 tahun tak mula-mula lagi projek, kalau nak mula projek dia ambil masa lagi 4,5 tahun atau 5 tahun. Bermakna dia all together dia kena tunggu 13 tahun. Itu pun provided kalau dia boleh start sekarang.
He added the developer should at least complete 1 or 2 housing blocks first for the displaced residents. Johari also said the Kampung Sungai Baru development issue should serve as a lesson for all parties to exercise greater caution in future land acquisition processes.
Inilah perkara yang perlu kita belajar. Pada masa akan datang, sama ada pemaju ataupun duduk, apabila dihampiri oleh mereka-mereka yang datang nak buat projek kawasan mereka, kena berhati-hati. Dan kedua, pemimpin juga kena memastikan bahawa dia tidak sewenang-wenangnya memberi keputusan untuk buat akta pengambilan tanah. Sedangkan ramai lagi penduduk yang tak bersetuju. Nombor 3, dia kena pastikan bahawa kalau flat dengan rumah teres ni kena bezakan.
All 9 Malaysians detained by Zionist forces during the Freedom Flotilla Coalition (FFC) and 1,000 Medellins to Gaza (TMTG) humanitarian mission have finally completed medical checkups in Istanbul. Humanitarian Care Malaysia My Care Chief Executive Officer Kamarul Zaman Shaharul Anwar said the group is scheduled to fly home early Sunday morning Malaysian time.
Kami telah bertemu dengan semua peserta daripada Malaysia dan juga telah bertemu dengan TYT Sazali yang berusaha TYT Sazali di tempat penginapan mereka di Istanbul ni, alhamdulillah. So insyaAllah untuk tim ni, alhamdulillah they are all okay.
Kamarul added their flight is expected to arrive at Kuala Lumpur International Airport around 3:55 p.m. on Sunday. All 9 activists arrived safely in Istanbul on Friday after being released by Israeli authorities. Last Wednesday, 9 ships, including 2 carrying Malaysian delegates, were intercepted by Israeli forces about 120 nautical miles off Gaza before the activists were taken to Ashdod port and detained at Ketzio prison. Meanwhile, one of the Malaysian activists, Dr. Nur Hashima Ismail, shared her ordeal, recounting how the national flag was discarded by Israeli forces during detention, an experience she described as both humiliating and painful.
Kebanyakan kami membawa pakaian yang ada logo Palestin ataupun logo-logo yang menunjukkan ke arah perjuangan Palestin dibuang, dan saya sendiri salah seorang yang membawa bendera Malaysia juga bendera itu dibuang di depan mata kami lah. Mungkin pada ketika awalnya saya kata itu it's just a flag, my country flag. Dia tak faham atau memang dia tak faham, dan dia buang di depan mata saya sendiri lah, di dalam tong sampah.
As part of its vigorous efforts to expand international visitor markets across Southeast Asia, including Malaysia, the Macau Government Tourism Office, MGTO, has organized the Experience Macau Mega Sale in Putrajaya. The event highlights Macau's vibrant culture and its latest attractions under the theme Tourism Plus. According to MGTO Director Maria Elena de Sena Fernandez, Malaysia is among Macau's top 10 international visitor markets. Macau was also featured as the international favorite destination at the Mata Fair 2025.
We are also, offering a lot of different events, different things about Macau, more information about Macau. Well, every different times of the year, we do have events and festivals in Macau. Even for people who have been to Macau before, we want them to come back as repeat travelers and see Macau in a different light in different times of the year. We are looking forward to having people experience our world heritage as well as our food, but at the same time, giving them more reasons to come to Macau.
MGTO has also partnered with local travel agencies and airlines, including Air Macau and Air Asia, to offer special travel packages and discounted airfares for Malaysian travelers. Macau is also intensifying its efforts to position itself as a Muslim-friendly destination by introducing various initiatives and promoting a halal-friendly environment throughout the city.
We have been working a lot on the Malay-Chinese market, but we are also branching out now to the Muslim market more. And this year, for the first time, we have made it to the global Muslim Travel Index, and we are ranking number 5 in terms of women-friendly for Muslim travelers. And for this year, for the first time, we've published a Muslim travel guide to Macau.
Currently taking place at IOI City Mall Putrajaya until October 12th, the Experience Macau Mega Sale features a variety of interactive game zones and stage performances, along with special appearances by influencers from both Macau and Malaysia. For more information, visit the website as shown on screen. The 2026 budget sets a clear direction for Malaysia's economic trajectory, emphasizing fiscal discipline, targeted subsidies, and stronger accountability while maintaining growth momentum. Chartered Tax Institute of Malaysia Council member Harvinder Singh said the government appears to have struck a balance between fiscal prudence and business confidence.
I think it appears to find that balance between there's fiscal prudence without overt austerity, not going overboard. There is money for spending as well to make sure, economic activity takes place when money changes hands. Spending needs to come in.
Harvinder said this while appearing as a guest on TV3's flagship business and financial talk show, Money Matters, which aired on Saturday. He added that the budget prioritizes responsible spending while ensuring that economic activity continues to flow through the private sector, a sign that Malaysia is moving towards a more stable and sustainable fiscal outlook. Fiery Johor crash claims 3 lives. This and more from the local front after this breather.
Who are you?
Aku Sore, istri kamu dari masa depan.
Wanita yang berani adalah wanita yang tidak gentar dan setiap impian digenggam erat dengan penuh pendirian.
Kami explore dari binatang kecil ke binatang besar, and then dari segi warna burung kan berbeza. So warna dengan bunyi ni saya boleh bezakanlah.
Konsep dia ialah tropical eclectic. Saya suka warna yang ceria.
Udang galah masak kamhyong. Makan dengan nasi panas-panas memang sedap. Dah siap perut muda ayasam kita. Selamat mencuba. Apa ni, Nek?
Diuji disleksia, mahligai cinta Amir dan Dura letak menanti belah.
Dari kecil sampai besar tak tahu beza mana kiri mana kanan.
Mungkin awak stres pasal mama ke?
Bila tengok semua ni dah tunggang langgang, aku jadi stres tau.
Jangan buat hal,
Kita pindah rumah. Rumah kecil dulu pun tak apa, kita sewa.
Silam Ahad ini 9 malam di Cereka Ahad TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
If you don't understand, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
Hey, Pedro.
तुम मेरी जिंदगी के बारे में जानते क्या? पति ने मारा है बॉयफ्रेंड ने?
पति ने
फ्रेंड, मॉम, मुझे आपसे प्राइवेटली कुछ बातें करनी है.
Alithia belajar hanya mengambil masa 6 bulan. Biasanya, dia ambil masa beberapa tahun.
Buta memang kita tahu dia buta. Telinga kanan dia kurang pendengaran tau.
Saya main arhuk ini, saya main dari hati. Walaupun tak nampak dunia, tapi dunia dengan saya.
Kok nak tahu tinggi gunung, tanya pada
Keindahan terombak memukau jiwa. Inilah terombak, alun nasihat sepanjang zaman.
Wah, Ania dapat kawan baru yang boleh nampak masa depan.
Awak dah selamatkan nyawa saya ke?
Lagi huru-hara bila ada yang nak campur tangan.
Awak tak apa-apa ke ni?
Keluarga saya akan syak nanti kalau saya hilang lama sangat.
Ini panggilan kecemasan.
Apa nak buat ni? Kita berdua akan selesaikan kes ni dan selamatkan dunia hari ini.
Spy X Family. Kini dalam versi bahasa Melayu. Setiap Ahad 11 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
3 people were killed and 2 others seriously injured in a 3-vehicle crash along the Senai-Desaru Expressway in Johor on Saturday. Viral footage showed passers-by rushing to rescue the victims as 2 of the vehicles burst into flames.
Orang dah selamat, dapat bawa keluar
The crash occurred in Kota Tinggi at around 11 a.m. when a sport utility vehicle SUV heading towards Senai veered into the opposite lane. Another SUV managed to swerve out of the way, but the car behind it collided head-on with the oncoming vehicle before both vehicles caught fire. All 5 victims were pulled from the 2 burning vehicles by members of the public and placed by the roadside while waiting for ambulances to arrive. According to initial investigations, the SUV was carrying a load of contraband cigarettes and its driver sustained serious injuries in the crash. Police also confirmed that the driver and 1 passenger from the car died at the scene, while another passenger died en route to Sultan Ismail Hospital.
Hasil siasatan awal mendapati bahawa kenderaan Toyota Fortuner ini telah memotong barisan berkembar dan telah bertembung dengan 2 buah kenderaan tersebut.
Authorities are also urging witnesses to come forward to assist in investigations, which are being carried out under the Road Transport Act for reckless driving causing death. Police are tracking down the driver of a garbage truck that crashed into the Puchong Selatan Toll Plaza along the Damansara Puchong Expressway LDP on Friday. Subang Jaya District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Wan Azlan Wan Mamat said the 10-ton truck is believed to have gone out of control before veering off the road and crashing into the toll plaza wall at about 2:30 p.m. The crash left the truck attendant, a 42-year-old Bangladeshi man, with head and facial injuries. The Indonesian driver, however, fled the scene and police efforts to locate him are ongoing. The case is being investigated under the Road Transport Act for reckless driving. 17-year-old student suffered serious injuries to her spine and nervous system after being struck by a falling tree in Taman Desa, Kuala Lumpur on Monday. The victim, Tan Se Hui, was returning home from school with 4 friends when the incident occurred. Her mother, 48-year-old Lai Sui Leng, said the accident happened during heavy rain accompanied by strong winds, which caused a tree in the area to collapse, striking her daughter as she passed by. Following the incident, Tan required surgery on several parts of her body due to the injuries sustained. She is currently being treated in the ICU of a private hospital. Seputih Member of Parliament Teresa Kok, while visiting the victim earlier on Saturday, urged the Kuala Lumpur City Hall DBKL to take immediate action to trim trees around the capital to prevent such incidents from recurring. At least 28 killed in Mexico heavy flooding. The details when Nightline returns.
Kalau penggemar kari kepala ikan ni, makan ni tersenyum je.
Jarang-jarang kedai-kedai buat kari lobster.
Tulang rusuk grill. Wah, tengok ni. Dia punya isi ikan merah ni pun memang mainkan peranan yang sangat penting. Isi ikan dia memang padat tau. JJCM kembali lagi dengan pot makan wajib yang korang kena pergi. Jadi ikut Nadia hari Ahad ini 11.30 pagi di TV3 dan stream juga melalui tonton.
Let's have it. You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Hey, Pedro.
तुम मेरी जिंदगी के बारे में जानते क्या? पति ने मारा है बॉयफ्रेंड ने?
पति ने
फ्रेंड, मॉम, मुझे आपसे प्राइवेटली कुछ बातें करनी है.
Apa ni, Mek?
Diuji disleksia, mahligai cinta Amir dan Dura letak menanti belah.
Dari kecil sampai besar tak tahu beza mana kiri mana kanan?
Mungkin awak stres pasal mama ke?
Bila tengok semua ni dah tunggang langgang, aku jadi stres tau.
Jangan buat hal,
Kita pindah rumah. Rumah kecil dulu pun tak apa, kita sewa.
Silam Ahad ini 9 malam di Cereka Ahad TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui tonton.
News from the foreign front. At least 28 people were killed and several others are missing after severe floods in Mexico triggered landslides and swept away homes, vehicles, and bridges. Authorities said torrential rains on Thursday and Friday caused rivers to overflow, inundating several states. The eastern state of Hidalgo was among the hardest hit, recording 16 deaths, while 9 people were killed and 5 remain missing in Puebla. 2 more deaths, including a police officer, were reported in Veracruz. Thousands of homes have been damaged or destroyed as raging waters swept through streets, carrying vehicles and debris. As of now, the government has deployed over 8,700 military personnel to help with evacuations and recovery efforts across the affected areas. Sébastien Lecornu began his second stint as French Prime Minister under a cloud of uncertainty on Saturday. He was forced to pick a new cabinet to present a budget by a Monday deadline as rivals pledged to topple his government. Lecornu has not disclosed any details about what is in the budget draft, but he did say after he resigned that the budget deficit must be reduced to between 4.7% and 5% of economic output next year, a bigger gap than the 4.6% targeted by his predecessor. The deficit is forecast at 5.4% this year. President Emmanuel Macron reappointed his staunch supporter late on Friday, just days after Lecornu had resigned from the post, saying there was no way to form a government capable of passing a slimmed-down 2026 budget through a deeply divided parliament. U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday announced a new 100% tariff on Chinese imports and threatened to cancel his upcoming summit with China's President Xi Jinping. The move reignites Washington's trade war with Beijing amid a row over export curbs on rare earth minerals. In a post on his Truth social platform, Trump said the extra levies, along with U.S. export controls on any and all critical software, will take effect from November 1st. The decision came in retaliation for new restrictions China imposed on exports of rare earths used in technology and defense industries. Trump later clarified he had not cancelled the summit, but said he was not sure that they are going to have it. Financial markets slid on the news with the S&P 500 closing down 2.7%, its biggest drop since April. China dominates global supply of rare earths, which are crucial for cars, smartphones, and other electronics. The last time Beijing tightened export controls early this year, there was an outcry from many U.S. firms reliant on the materials. On to sports now. The 2026 budget is set to unlock major opportunities for the growth of grassroots sports and the strengthening of youth development programs across the country. Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh said that several key measures will deliver tangible support through sports matching grants, community funds, and the Road to Gold program.
Dan Road to Gold dapat peningkatan 2 juta. Tahun 2025 kita dapat 10 juta. Untuk tahun depan kita dapat 12 juta. Untuk persiapan Tamasya Sukan C dan Para ASEAN 2027, untuk tahun depan kita dapat 120 juta.
She was speaking to the media after the launch of the National Sports Day program in Meru, Perak on Saturday. She also welcomed the 60% increase in funding for the Rakan Muda program from 25 million ringgit to 14 million ringgit, aimed at empowering youth and addressing unemployment with a special focus on improving English proficiency. Turning to badminton, the 2025 Arctic Open. National women's doubles shuttlers Buletin and Tina had to work hard before booking a berth in the final, making it their 6th appearance in a final this year. The Malaysian world number 2 pair took 62 minutes to defeat Taiwan's 11th ranked duo Xia Pei Shan, Hung and Zhu 22-24, 21-8, 21-17. This is the second victory for the World Championships runners-up over the Taiwanese duo in as many encounters. In the final on Sunday, Buletin will take on Japan's 6th-ranked pair Rin Iwanaga, Kie Nakanishi. However, men's doubles Muhammad Haikal Nazri, Chung Honjan's good run in the tournament came to a heartbreaking end after they narrowly went down to England's Ben Lane, Sean Vendy in the last 4. That concludes Nightline this time around. As the ceasefire enters its second day, Gaza City lies in ruins. Thousands return searching for what remains of homes, of memoirs, of life itself. Let's pray for them and for peace to finally find its way home. With that, I'm Natasha Busst. Thank you for watching and stay safe.